Stephen Jackson. I'm United Nations Resident Coordinator here in Kenya. It's really an honor to be here at Masai Mara University, where we're marking three things together. Today is the International Day of Democracy that's celebrated globally. We're also here for the post-elections dialogue with the youth leaders organized by USPAC. And we're also here, in my view, marking what I call the Kenyan miracle. And the Kenyan miracle is this extraordinary democratic election that Kenya has just gone through. And I think it's really amazing that we're already here, only 2 days after His Excellency President Ruto was inaugurated as Kenya's 5th president. But only 2 days later, we're here already having an event of this kind. And on behalf of the United Nations globally and here in Kenya, want to give my formal congratulations to His Excellency the President for his election and his inauguration. So why do I call this the Kenyan miracle? Democracy is a fragile thing. And in fact, if we look around the world, democracy is under threat in many parts of the world, including on the European continent where I come from. So we don't take it for granted in any country that 14 million people can go quietly and peacefully and in dignity and transparently to the polls, vote, and for the will of the people then to result in the election of a new leader. And to go then, as I did with tens, if not maybe 100,000 people to Kasarani Stadium, and see the peaceful transfer of authority and power from one democratically elected leader, His Excellency President Kenyatta, the 4th President of the Republic, to His Excellency President Ruto, the 5th President of the Republic. That is a magical and a miraculous thing. And it is something that should not be taken for granted anywhere in the world. Democracy is something that we always have to work to renew and protect anywhere in the world. But I can tell you that I'm deeply proud, and we in the United Nations, and I know that the Secretary General of the United Nations is deeply proud of Kenya. And one more thing that we talked about, and I know that the student leaders are going to be discussing later on. Part of that miracle is that it can be peaceful when you win, and it can be peaceful when you lose. I talked about my own experience of voting for a small party all my life at home in Ireland that never wins an election. And that's a personal disappointment, but it's my right to continue to vote that way. And I also have to respect the result, and I do. And if I'm disappointed in that result at home in Ireland, I'm not disappointed in the democracy that guarantees it. And I think that that is the Kenyan miracle, that you have that here too. Same as me. Elections are a bit like sport. One team goes home disappointed. There's another day. And that's the idea. The idea is to facilitate a choice. And I think that overall, Kenya has really understood that. I think democracy really has taken root here over the last number of decades. And I think everybody understands that. And I think certainly the Kenyan people understand that. If I say to you that I've had conversations here with Kenyan friends and colleagues, some of whom voted one way, some of whom voted the other way, some of whom, by the way, voted a different way altogether. But all of them, all of my Kenyan friends have said, let's accept the result, let's move on, because what's important is building Kenya. What's important is amani, na uhuru, na umoja. Those three things together, and all those words that are there in your national anthem, your great national anthem. So I think what I see and what I feel here in Masai Mara University certainly is a great deal of coming together. I know, because I know some of the people that are here very well, some of them voted one way, some of them voted another way, but everybody's coming together and saying, we have a future to build. How do we say that? Tutahitaji kujenga the future. Well, what's the future? Maendeleo. Maendeleo. Tutahitaji kujenga maendeleo. So That's what I would have as my message.
Olakira TV, Ewangan Olusholema.